Hello, welcome to Verbling again. And here I am again.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Hi. Are
I
you
can
sick of
stay.
me?
I can stay for only several 10 minutes. I'll,
Okay.
I'm having a private lesson with the Italian teacher here.
You are?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I'm, I'm taking some Spanish lessons, so I'm afraid of losing my Italian skills. So recently, I started taking private lessons
Excellent. ¿Cómo
once
está?
once a week.
Okay. Great. Okay. Well, glad you could join me for a little while. Anyway,
Buongiorno, come stai?
buongiorno. Okay, very good. You're warming up. Okay. Today, I did this class once before, and there was
Mhm.
only two folks in the class, and it was very interesting. What we're going to do is create a biography. We're going to write. We're going to take,
Frankenstein. Frankenstein's story? No.
yeah, but it's just called Frankenstein because just my little name, because of course Frankenstein, if
Mm.
you remember, he was created with.
Scientist.
Yeah, he's a scientist, but Frankenstein, the monster, was
Like, maybe he had no name. Frankenstein,
uh
right?
yeah, okay, but all right, you're Mary Shelley. You're you are correct. However, in American culture, Frankenstein is the name of the monster.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So Frankenstein was created from the parts of many people,
Hmm.
right? All right. So we're going to write a biography together as a class. So we're going to take turns writing a full and complete sentence to explain his life. Now, we're using a pretty strict format because a biography always works the same way. When people write a biography, short biography, whatever, uh, it always goes in chronological order, where the person was born, childhood, education, um, uh, early career or early achievements, later in life, later career, perhaps family life is then put in there, and death. Okay,
And interesting fact.
and any interesting facts as they may relate to any of those categories as well. Exactly. Um, so that's what we're doing. We're using sort of a format. I'll show you the example that we did earlier. Well, let me just say hello to everyone. Hi, Michael. Welcome again, and
Hey,
hi, Walla, uh,
Hi.
and hello, person whose name is hard to say. Just kidding. Hi,
Hi,
Artheli.
hi, person whose name is like tree.
Good one. You got me. Touche, Artheli. Touche. You got me. Point for you. Okay. I want to share with you an example. I did this class once before. Um, Thank you to Carmen and oh, who else was with me that day? Roger. They did a great job. So, just an example, Frankenstein was born. All right. Just quickly, childhood setting. He was the youngest boy in his family. Something about his childhood. Blah, blah, blah. He attended a public school until the age of 12. So, this is the idea. Now, guess what? I'm going to erase this. And they told a story of his life, which got stranger and stranger. It started out very simply, much like Frankenstein's monster. Started very simply, and got odder and odder until by the end, he was working in a circus sideshow. Oh, whoops. A circus sideshow. He invented a machine to make people fall in love. Things got weird. I suspect the same may happen here. I'm going to erase this example, and now we're going to create our own. Okay? So, all right. Heidi, you were the first in. You're going to have to leave. So, where was Frankenstein? Just a name, doesn't have to pertain to actually Frankenstein. Where was this imaginary person born?
Born in China.
Okay. All right. So, give me a complete sentence to explain when and where he was born.
He was born in a small village very close to Shanghai in China.
Okay. I'm going to say his name, not he, because I can't use a pronoun until I actually explain who he was. Frankenstein was born in a small village.
Village
that what-
close to
Village.
Shanghai in China.
Close to is the phrase. Okay. Shanghai in China. Okay, very good. And we're off. Okay. Very good. All right. Michael, anything else any more detail we want to give about his birth?
But I don't know who was Frankenstein.
It doesn't matter. No, it's just an imaginary name, Albert. We don't care who he is. We're making up this person.
Okay.
I just picked Frankenstein because Frankenstein's monster, who doesn't have a name, as Heidi pointed out, was actually built from parts of different people. Now, different people are creating his biography. You get my weird thinking. All right. Anything else we want to add about?
Okay, he was born in a family of what? Of musicians.
He was born, okay, in a family. Okay, that's all right. Okay, that's a full sentence. No problem with that. Okay. Do I want to repeat born?
No, he was raised.
Better. I like it. Okay. I agree. When in doubt, creative writing, which is really what this is, or really any writing, academic writing, doesn't matter. It's not a good idea to repeat vocabulary over and over again.
I agree.
Okay, very good. Walla, are we saying any more about his birth, or are we moving on to childhood?
I think childhood.
Yeah, I think so, because actually Michael has given us a transition sentence, which moves us very smoothly into childhood, actually. All right, Walla?
Okay. He wasn't interested in music.
Oh, okay. Ooh, plot twist. Okay.
And on the other hand, okay.
Why? I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. And he preferred spending his time alone, I think.
Okay.
Okay, Just the cross on the other hand. Okay. You prefer.
Okay, we don't need on the other hand? All right.
Yes.
Okay, and he preferred
Spending his time alone.
his time alone. Yeah.
Why alone?
Home alone.
He think
Why?
about weird things. You know, there are a lot of weird things in his mind, and maybe his family disagree with him all the time. So that's
right.
why.
Okay, or maybe suddenly two robbers tried to rob his house while he was home alone. Ah! Okay, sorry. That was totally uncalled for. Sorry. Artheli. Okay. Now what? All right. What are we going to say about his... Anything else about his childhood?
His major interests were
His
watching
what?
birds.
His what interest?
His major interest, his main interests
Okay, got it.
were
Watching birds?
watching birds.
Watching birds. Awesome.
And making weapons.
What?
Handmade weapons.
Handmade.
To
Handmade
kill the
weapons.
birds? To kill the birds that he was watching?
To kill, to kill them.
To kill them.
That sounds like a maniac.
Yeah.
How dark. How very dark. Okay. Heidi, you have anything else?
He was small and thin, so
Okay.
he was often bullied in the school.
He was often what in the school?
Bullied.
Bullied.
Bullet.
Okay, and you guys are really good at this. Heidi has nicely transitioned us to education, I think. Very lovely. This is what you call You don't. No, what?
I want to finish that part.
Okay, I'm just getting rid of this old information. Oh, you want to add something here?
Yep.
Okay, what's that?
So he was small, and then he was
thin, not then.
Thin. So he was, but once, but once he got guts, and he almost killed his bullying person, like who bullied him.
Wait a minute. Don't explain it to me. Give me a sentence.
Okay, but once he almost killed his. So who bully his bullies?
Bullies.
Antagonists. Oh my god! Like it's a fairy tale.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what a bully is. It's an antagonist. Somebody, your adversary or antagonist. Yeah. Yeah, a bully is an antagonist. Just a little more sophisticated word. You were looking for a word? I thought I'd help you out.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, the problem here, is this really a phrase? All right. It always makes me very nervous when we start phrases with you know, connectors for compound sentences, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, yet. So makes me very nervous because it's very easy to make a mistake and create dangling participles or broken phrases, fragments. That's what they're called. Once he is this, in other words, what we have to consider, is this an independent clause? Is this a simple sentence, or is this just a half a sentence that needs some help? But once he almost killed his antagonist.
Antagonists, many. They.
Yeah, how many?
Yeah, when they.
Seriously. Okay.
So I mean, Heidi's sentence was like he was small and thin, so he was often bullied in school. So from this sentence, I infer,
Yeah.
like I understand that more than one person bullied him.
Okay. Okay, but once he almost killed his antagonists. See,
I think we can put the sentence in the educated part because we can say to complete the sentence, then he stopped going to school at, for example, 14.
Okay, you are next. Okay, how would you do that? Can you explain that again?
Yeah, like we that's why we can put this sentence like that's why he stopped going to school at 12 or
Oh,
13.
okay. All right. That's why, or this is why. Okay, that's.
I mean to complete but once he
Oh,
almost killed his by his antagonist, I think, or
comma.
killed,
Okay.
yeah, and I don't know, and there's problem with his school, so that's why
Mm-hmm.
he stopped going to school
Okay.
because
So,
he becomes so aggressive. So
but once he almost killed his antagonist, and what? And what? How can we transition into that? We need some kind of transition here. And what? Thus, therefore.
I don't know.
Therefore? Okay.
No, I mean we can put all this sentence, the whole sentence, in the second part because we want to explain about his education. And for example, we can see, and therefore he stopped going to school.
Okay, so you're saying hook it up to here.
Yes.
Okay. He was small and thin. All right. He was small and thin. There's our independent clause. So he was often bullied in school. He was often bullied in school. Okay, this is adding with a conjunction, adding another independent clause. But once he almost killed his antagonist, here's the problem. Once he almost killed his antagonist, and okay, this may be too unwieldy a sentence here,
Okay.
and therefore,
And
okay,
stopped going to school.
and stopped going to school.
Yes, because of that.
No, I'm not going to add another independent clause. Okay, he stopped. So this is, well, what is this crazy construction? Okay, wait a minute. He was small and thin is an independent clause, so he was often bullied in school. He was often bullied in school is another independent clause. But once he almost kills and stopped going to school.
You can cross out but and put the whole sentence in the second part, like to explain about his education. That's what I meant.
Okay, get rid of but.
Then full stop after school. Yes. Then just transmit the whole sentence to the next part to talk about his education.
Okay. Slowly, this is metamorphosed to. Okay. Okay.
So we can say stopped going
Alright.
to school at 13, for example, or 14.
Okay. Here's how to do that more formally. At the age of.
Yes. 14.
Okay. All right. All right. Repeat. He was small and thin, so he's often bullied in school. Period. Once he almost killed his antagonist and stopped going to school at the age of 14. Okay, Araceli. Wow.
So he was a homeschooler.
Say again?
And received classes. Because of this, he was a homeschooler.
Like he was learning at home.
Yeah.
Well, we can say a homeschooler. Either way, whatever you want.
Well,
He
he
was
was educated
homeschooled.
at home. Oh, he was educated at home.
Yeah, as you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, as we say.
Received classes.
And
he received classes.
You want to put a.
He received or he took classes from a former. What would I say here? From
a former
criminal.
Lion tamer. No.
No, let's move to something more.
Strip dancer.
No. I don't know.
No. What? Astronaut.
From mathematics. Astronaut. That would be.
Sushi chef. Okay. Sure, why not? Because of this, all right. Okay. He was educated at home, and now, because you've added he here, all right, you have a new subject after the conjunction and. He received classes from a former astronaut, so we need to have. Without he, I could just make that a simple sentence with two verbs, SVV. But because you have he, you need to have a comma there. All right. Mm-hmm.
Then he stopped. Okay, then let us do this in early career. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's Michael's turn. Michael.
He was, because of this, he was educated at home and he received classes from a former astronaut. Oh my god. His life path doesn't make any sense. I mean,
And welcome to life. You know, Michael, my life path doesn't make any sense.
why? You were born in
Seriously, it really doesn't.
Vermont and
Yes,
you
I
moved
was.
all around the States and
I
you
was.
end up in the Philippines, so that's okay?
I was an orphan, and I was raised by a small grove of oak trees. Yes.
Okay, so
I was taught by
uh,
a rabid badger. Okay. Anyway.
and okay, and
Oh, you guys, stop! You're torturing me. Everybody wants to start a sentence with a
and
conjunction. I hate that.
okay, okay. That's because of
Don't do that in English. You
my
really
poor
need to.
English.
Everybody, you need to not do that. It is very risky writing behavior. If you start every sentence with and, so, but, you're flirting with disaster. These types of sentences have to be formed exactly perfectly, otherwise they're just junk. So my rule of thumb, frankly, in all the writing I've ever done, never start sentences with those. It's so much easier. You're making life so much harder for yourself by starting sentences with connectives. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
I had to get that out.
No, thank you, because after you mentioned that, I think I will like before to start with an end or after I will write like an end, I will delete that. I will remember your words, so that's very helpful. Honestly.
Great.
So
Good.
Now
what are we gonna do?
And no, just kidding. So one day he killed his teacher, astronaut.
Oh my God.
So I will play a crazy story here. When it will be my turn, I will say something
Okay.
like that. Crazy things.
One day he killed his teacher. Is that it? A simple sentence?
His teacher, astronaut, to specify. Yes, a former astronaut. No, okay, this is the sentence.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, voila. What do you think? Do we get to know why this sudden
Yes.
plot twist?
I don't know.
He's very violent.
Yes. But we need to come up with a reason to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a point, because why did he kill him?
Yeah, that's right. Sort of
Yeah.
out
Poor
there
English.
by itself. Yeah, not cohesive is what we would say in English.
What's
Not
cohesive?
cohesive. It doesn't really stick together. It's like a separate fact from out of nowhere. There's no logical sequence that builds to this. It's like saying one day he saw a bird. Well, what? Okay. Well, actually, one day he saw a bird would make more sense because he liked watching birds. Okay, anyway, one day he killed his teacher. All right. Voila, yeah.
And
I
killed
think
himself.
one thing.
And end the story.
We will finish the story. Still, there's early career. I think you have to work after education.
Yeah. So how do we work that into his early career?
And he killed his teacher because his teacher always seemed like or treat him as a stupid student. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, can you rephrase that one more time? You
Yes,
said
one day he killed his teacher because he was treated as, I mean, the he was treated as a stupid student.
okay. All right. Okay. Well, now we have some kind of reason. okay. Uh, all right. Now, okay, Araceli, how are we going to move from the stupid student? how are we going to move from that to his early career? What is his career? What career is this guy going to have?
I think he will establish a gang.
Yeah, do you? okay. A bird watching gang. A gang of
Okay.
violent bird watchers. well, that's logical. Okay. You know,
Uh,
in stories, do you know what foreshadowing is?
No.
Do you know what that means? Okay,
No.
let's talk about writing stories for just a second. This, and you know what this is. This is a tool in writing or movies as well. Foreshadowing is when you get a glimpse of the future. Now, of course, the author or the director or whoever of a movie, they know what's going to happen in the movie. How many times have you seen in a movie when, okay, they're in the cabin and you see an axe mounted on the wall? There's a shot of him and he looks over at the axe, but it doesn't really mean anything in the movie. Until later, when the crazy psycho shows up and the psycho gets killed with the axe, which you have seen him looking at earlier in the movie. That's classic foreshadowing. In other words, foreshadowing things that happen early or that are mentioned early, like watching birds or handmade weapons. Maybe he gets killed with the handmade weapon, or in writing you will see, if you know this concept and think about it, you will recognize it all the time. Now that I've planted this idea in your brain, you're going to see this over and over and over again. This is a very widely used creative tool in storytelling. Okay, it's called foreshadowing. So it's a technique that, believe me, now that you know exists, you're going to see it in like every movie you see. They tell you what's going to happen before. And the same thing happens in books. Okay, anyway, that's
I
called
think
foreshadowing. All right.
I think after your class we will be a creative writers.
Yeah, sure. That's right. And you only owe me 10% of all your proceeds, all the money that you make. That's all you have. You just send me 10%. That's all I need.
Okay.
What for, Wolfgang?
For my, of course, for my, I don't know.
For the first step, for motivate us to
Yeah,
start.
that's right. Also, when I send this biography to Hollywood, and Brad Pitt plays Frankenstein. All right. Um, Mel Gibson plays the astronaut. Okay. Anyway, where are we going here? How are we going to transition this? I,
um,
I I might suggest that we move him away from the child home teaching and we move him somewhere else.
I think he went into prison because of the murder of his teacher, and then he started his career as a gang member
Okay.
there at prison.
All right. So, can you give me a sentence?
Yeah, after his murder, his teacher's murder,
What?
after his teacher's murder,
Oh, his teacher's murder. 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 Okay.
murder,
Not mortar. You're trying to pronounce a U. It doesn't sound like a U. It sounds just like Murder. It rhymes. Okay. All right. After his teacher's murder.
comma,
Yes. Comma. Yes, you're right.
he went to prison,
He went to prison?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that it? Or more?
Became
Okay.
became very popular among the inmates. Or yeah,
All right. All right. Among the inmates. Or I think it would be very normal to say among the other inmates, because he's an inmate too.
yes.
Okay. Very good. All right. Michael? Mr. Popularity.
Okay. And he, no, without hand. So he started to sing.
Just for variety, I'm going to put his name again, okay?
Mr. Frankenstein. Mr. Frankenstein.
Started to what?
Sir Frankenstein started to sing pop songs. In no time he became
wait a minute.
Tremendously popular nationwide.
What?
The most popular singer.
Became popular. The most popular. Okay. Really? We're gonna go there, huh? We're gonna go superlative. All right. Okay, that's okay. Again, moving right along. All right, we're not really gently transitioning into things. We're jumping to craziness here. Okay. All right. All right. That's a big jump. Walla, do you have? Okay.
I don't know because singing pop songs in the prison it's kind of weird, but maybe he met after that he met the most popular drug dealer in the prison, and
Okay.
he becomes his best friend. So
All right.
then they made then they he become a member of that gang, then he became the ruler, or the leader.
Okay. I see. All right. You're thinking out loud and you're brainstorming your idea. That's cool, but all right.
Okay.
How are we gonna put it in a sentence?
He used songs to
What?
sell. He used his songs. I mean, he became to hide his real job, which is a drug dealer. Okay.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Is that your sentence? Wait a minute. Okay, he used his songs to hide his real
a real job, which is A drug dealer. A drug dealer.
Okay, which was, it's past tense, of course, because this is his biography. He's dead
Yes.
now.
Okay.
Well, not you don't have to be dead to have a biography. Hillary Clinton has a biography, and she's not really noticeably dead yet. Okay. He used his songs to hide his real job, which was
A drug dealer.
a drug dealer. Okay. Okay. Early career. Later career. All right. Okay. We'll just attach this next paragraph. Frankenstein ended up working as a farmer. What? Never mind. That's the last story. Okay, are we going to move on to his later career or continue here? Araceli, something happen as a result of him being a drug dealer? And by the way, there's some huge leaps in like missing material. Why did he start to sing pop songs, and how did he become the most popular nationwide? Just general rule, all right? Any kind of sequential writing, time-based writing, basically the end of one sentence starts the next sentence, or a synonym or an idea similar. All right. The inmates taught him pop songs. Okay. Eventually, a famous record producer heard his pop songs, and he became the most popular pop singer. Oh.
To clean his
Ever.
history, to clean his time in the prison.
Yeah. And then, okay, he used his songs. Okay, now we know he's a pop singer. See how, okay, the beginning, the subject relates to the object. Okay, and that's basically the key to, sequential or time-based writing, especially storytelling, keeping it all, again, cohesive. Princess Araceli, sorry.
Princess Araceli.
Yeah. I'm going to say here, he became rich, and yeah, he due to his activity as a drug dealer, he became rich, and when he got out from prison,
Okay. Due to his activity,
he became rich.
Comma, he became rich. Okay. All right. I'm waiting there. What?
He owned.
And?
He's an empire.
He owned. Okay. He owned
an empire when he got out from prison.
Okay, one more time. He owned an empire.
When he got out from prison.
Oh, when he got out from prison. All right, wait a minute. Due to his activity, okay. All right. Do we even need this? Due to his activity, we can. Okay, here's another thing. When it's totally obvious, he became rich. All right, you just said he was a drug dealer, so it's not really necessary to have this we can automatically assume he became rich because he was a drug dealer. It's kind of obvious. See, there's the thing. When the object relates to the next subject, we don't need all these transitions for everything because it's very obvious one relates to the other. If you get my meaning in creative writing. So it becomes unnecessary to actually use a signal word or signal phrase for each new sentence. If it's cohesive and you have object which relates to the next subject and then an object and that relates to the next subject, then you don't need to explain every sentence, which is what signal words and signal phrases do. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that, all right? I'm using my immense powers as an editor to just delete it. He became rich and he owned an empire when he got out from prison. When he got out from prison, when he got out of prison. Okay. When he got out of prison. Okay, there we go. All right, hooray, he's out of prison. Michael? He's out of prison and he's rich. The world is his oyster.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, let's follow the logic. So he, Frankenstein applied for a place in Senate, and senator. What's the in the U.S. like?
Senate.
In Senate, yeah. In the Senate.
Okay.
Senate as a senator of of Milwaukee, let's say.
What?
As a senator of California.
Okay.
So do you have like a representative of each state?
Each state has 2 senators. No matter how big the state is, it has 2 senators. So California has 2 senators, and Rhode Island, which is tiny, has 2 senators. Every state has 2 senators. There is another house, Congress, which each state has a different number of congressmen because congressmen are voted by population districts. So each, I forget what it is, honestly, but each, I don't know, million people or each 1.5 million people, this area, which are broken down highly illegally and really kind of a disgusting and dirty political problem because they don't make any sense, these districts. Okay, each district of so many people, roughly, I don't know, 1.5 million people, votes for a congressman. So, for example, my state, Vermont, only has 1, but California has like 36.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And okay, you don't apply for a place in the Senate.
Yeah, I assume.
No, you don't. You don't like fill out an application and give somebody a job for them. Right. You. Okay.
Elected.
Yeah, you run for, or actually it's past tense, so ran for. Okay, he ran for Senator of California. Okay.
Okay.
All right, ran for Senator of California, and did he win or whatever? Okay.
Sure, did he win?
Sure, he won. Sure, he won.
No, I mean, why did they start this thought? Just to say that he lost?
Well, some people do. You know, for every person who wins a senator position, there's like 12 people who didn't. So
Yeah.
it's more than possible. Okay.
We have only like 6 minutes, so we need
okay.
to speed up the things.
Okay.
Things to speed up. We don't have
Okay.
time to lose. To lose 1 year, second year. So
Okay. Can I add a reason that you would say ran? Okay. Give a date and one.
97. Sure. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And I have to use my. By the way, all through this whole thing, really, a biography, it's very important to give dates. I was going to mention this back when he was born. You have to say when he was born in a biography. Okay. When he went to school, all these types of things. He went to prison in what year? Okay. In a real biography, writing a biography, that's kind of essential information. All right, voila. He is now ex-pop singer, drug dealer, very wealthy, and senator of California.
Killer. You forgot.
And murderer.
Murderer, yeah.
Yes, ex-convict.
Actually,
Yeah.
Michael makes my mission is really difficult because he said he will follow the logic, then he,
Did not.
yeah, he suddenly become, he came up with the crazy turn as senator.
Yeah. You're right.
Well,
I
but
don't know.
someone said that he had an empire, so I followed the logic of empire.
Oh,
He became
well,
rich, so after you became rich, you go in politics.
I think this was a drug empire.
I think singers don't like political word. I think.
Well, pop singers don't really become owners of drug empires. And then senators, yeah. All right.
Okay.
It's an insane story. I know that. Let us realize it's a fictional biography.
Science fiction.
We must suspend belief to some degree.
And he lost his popularity because of he do nothing for his promises.
Okay.
He did nothing for because doing nothing for his processing, I think, just to avoid.
Can I introduce you to another phrase?
Okay.
Okay, how about this? He did not live up to his promises.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we commonly say that.
Okay, I like this one. It's better than mine.
Or he did not fulfill his promises more formally. He did not live up to his promises. Better prose, I think. Just storytelling. He lost his. Okay, I need a connective here. When he did not live up to his promises. There you go. Whoops. All right, I like that because I like that a lot because now there's an out here. Araceli, can we kill Frankenstein now?
Yeah. He retired.
He retired. Oh, okay.
And live the rest of his life.
Just you too. Live the rest of his life in obscurity. Okay. Nice word here, and collocation, in obscurity, meaning unknown, obscure. Okay, you don't have to use that, but great vocabulary word.
It's good, yeah.
It is good? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
actually. It fits. In obscurity. Okay. Okay. I was so hoping he'd be assassinated, possibly with a slingshot. like a handmade weapon to kill birds. Thus, foreshadowing. I was so hoping for that ending. I really was. My alternate
Yeah, I
ending.
said an angry bird killed him, but that's
Yeah,
so
he was
silly.
killed by a rogue seagull. Yes.
Revenge the birds.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good job, everyone. Now, my critique is you, Michael, you especially. You have to keep the cohesion, sticking together. Cohesive means something that sticks together. Your sentences don't, they're just out of the blue. They just drop out of the sky. So there's got to be logic why the one sentence follows the other. Not just in storytelling, biography, but really all writing.
Okay.
Yeah. And a way to do that is
I'm open to any feedback that helps me to
Sure.
improve. So
sure
as much as you can, tell me.
in any kind of writing. So looking at the ends of a sentence, all right, it has to have some relationship to the beginning of the next sentence, generally speaking. Okay. All right. Frankenstein lives. He's just living his life in obscurity, but all right. He had an interesting life. Sure.
Yeah,
But it's
kill
time to
murder.
kill him off, though. Okay, and it's definitely time for me to eat lunch. Success. All right. Thank
Mission
you
accomplished.
very much.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay,
Thank you very much,
thank you.
Okay,
gentlemen and
okay.
ladies.
Thank you
Have
All
a
right.
very
good
much.
weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye, everyone.